Hello Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis, here weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today we're doing a yes or no reading. And I always like to preface these readings with don't base your whole life off of a yes or no reading, especially not a general one, but especially not a general reading, but as like just a roundabout statement. Life is often more complex than a yes or no, but sometimes we just need some clear direction. So that's why we're here today. Everything will be intuitive for these readings. All the available groups will be available in the description below. So if you need to pause the video right now to meditate on which group has your message in it, please do so now. We will be clarifying with tarot for each group. So pause the video now. Otherwise, we will just get right into the readings. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your yes or no reading. Hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind and your heart space as we shuffle. Is it a yes? Or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? So the answer to your question, group number 1, is a no. Can't fit another thing in. So this does talk about timing. This does talk about either your plate is too full, or there might be some things coming down the pipeline that you will need that time for. So let's get a little bit more clarification from our tarot. Messages for group number 1. So we have the 4 of Shells. Ooh, are you adding this on your plate because maybe you're bored? Maybe you need to fit some, maybe instead of adding, or I should say, it could be a possibility that right now you need to focus on kind of reevaluating yourself on a more spiritual level and doing some soul searching to see what you're really meant to be focusing your energy on right now. We have the 7 of Feathers, which talks about resourcefulness and preparation. So what I see here in this message is, I feel like this idea of reevaluation, preparation, courage, endurance. Feels like there's something on the horizon, like there's something coming, you're in the process of doing something, you're in the process of making a change, a big change in your life, altering your path potentially, or going some direction or some different direction maybe than you've been heading up to this point. And I feel like adding anything to your plate that isn't about this sojourn, this journey that you're embarking on, is what we are saying no to right now. Also understanding that taking on this venture and going, doing that soul searching, that deep work, tapping into some resources that you might not even know that are at your disposal right now, using your courage, strength, endurances, connections to go. I just feel like it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. And it might be easier to just jam some other things in there, some easier things, so that you don't have to think about or do the work as necessary. And the message that I'm receiving here is do the work. Like, you need to do the work necessary. Once you do the work, life, clarity, purpose, direction is all going to come in alignment once you stop and do the necessary work, the necessary soul searching to discover the answers that you really are looking for. And maybe you're covering that up with busy work. So no busy work, big work. That's what we're focused on right now, group number 1. So these are the messages that I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. If it was, Make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. Would love to have you. Connect with me on TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok. So connect with me on TikTok if you're interested in like short form or like quick type of readings there. Connect with me on Facebook as well, and check out my Etsy shop. I curate content there to help you on your spiritual life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind and your heart space as we shuffle. Is it a yes or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? So the answer to your question, group number 2, is a no. Unable to dedicate the time needed. So we're definitely going to get a little bit of clarification here. But I do feel like it's a timing thing. Potentially what you're asking about, maybe it's requiring more time, energy, or resources than you have available right now. Could also be talking about like leaving some availability for future. Something coming in the future for you. So let's see if we can get a little bit of clarification from our tarot. So we have the 10 of Acorns, the Sun, and the 8 of Feathers. Okay. Okay. Ooh. So this is interesting. So we have unable to dedicate the time needed. And our 10 of Acorns, a key word for this card is dedication. Responsibility. There is a like burden, almost like burden, responsibility, a heavy weight sort of energy that's connected to the 10 of Acorns, which is the 10 of Wands and the Rider-Waite deck. That kind of talks about just like you carrying too much on your shoulders. And I feel like the Sun is here to kind of lighten and brighten things up a little bit. It talks about vitality. It talks about joy. And really the Sun to me in this reading is saying, lighten up, loosen up. You're too focused on duty. You're too focused on what is required of you, whether you set those requirements or others set those requirements. And I feel like the Sun is saying, enjoy life a bit. Enjoy life. See the beauty in life. Take the time to, live in harmony and in balance with the world around you, instead of always feeling like you have to work, you have to toil, you have to push. You have to carry all of the burden by yourself. I feel like there's a focus on you right now rather than other things. So if you asked a question that had to do with you doing something for somebody else, now is not the right time for that. You don't have the time to dedicate to that new thing or to continue doing whatever you're doing, depending on the question, obviously. But the message here is that there needs to be a focus on enjoyment and not all focus on work and responsibility and what is required of you. And then our 8 of Feathers is about courage, and it's about finding solutions to your challenges. And I feel like that is like, for some of us, saying no, especially to someone we care about, family member, loved one, friend, partner, child, sibling, whatever the connection is. Saying no sometimes is easier. Saying no sometimes takes more courage. It's harder than just simply saying yes, than just simply doing it, than just simply adding more stress and strain to ourselves. That is manifested in headaches and fatigue and other physical stresses and strains and bumps and bruises and exhaustion and all sorts of other things, anxiety. But it's almost like we're willing to take on those really hard things in order to avoid like disappointing somebody. And the message that I'm getting for you, if that is you, if it's hard for you to say no to people, now is the time to say no, group number 2. Now is the time to focus a little bit on yourself, to ask for help if you need it, to rest. And it might take courage to do that. And just know that resting and taking a moment away is not giving up. You're not giving up. You're just taking a moment. You're taking a moment to smell the freaking flowers, to enjoy life, to rest, to feel in balance and harmony and all of that stuff. Like, we all need that sometimes. And the solution might be difficult. It might be difficult. It might be challenging, but you can do it. So group number 2, these are the messages that I've channeled for you today. A little preachy, but I hope that the message was helpful for you. If something resonated, make sure to drop a comment down below and let me know what did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. We'd love to have you. Connect with me on TikTok. Yes, I am on TikTok. So if you're interested in the more, quick, more, shorter form sorts of content, go ahead and connect with me on TikTok, connect with me on Facebook, and check out my Etsy shop. So thank you so much, Kindreds, for your time and energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So we're going to go ahead and get to shuffling the deck for you. Hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind as we shuffle. Is it a yes? Or is it a no? An affirmative or negative? The answer to your question, group number 3, is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. Does this meet your requirements? I think this card suggests that in order to add anything else to your plate, that you need to set some guidelines for what qualifies and what doesn't. Especially if you are prone to just adding things until it completely stresses you out. Now is the time for a new approach, for a new season, and doing something a little bit different. So setting some criteria before, right now, right after this reading, set some criteria. What qualifies for a yes? What are you willing to make time for right now? Set that list and only say yes to those that meet your requirements. If you struggle saying no, there are so many ways. There are so many ways to say no. You can Google it and it'll come up with a whole list of different ways to say no if you struggle just saying no. It's a good skill to practice, to get into the habit of, especially if you struggle with doing it for a period of time. Is going to be uncomfortable at first, and then it's going to be more comfortable, and I feel like a really good lesson to pull forward with you. So we have the 6 of Shells, the Ace of Shells, and the Chariot. Okay. All right. So, whatever you're doing now, or will be doing in the near future, is going to require discipline. It's going to require determination. It's going to require focus. And that is why you're not able to just say yes to everything. Why you're going to need to put criteria around that, limit that, because there's going to be something, a bigger project that is going to be taking most of your attention. There's also a suggestion here to make a choice on a direction that you want to go, and just go head in that direction. Make a decisive decision where you want to go, what you were going to allow to take away your primary focus, what sorts of things you're going to allow to be secondary, and what things are you absolutely cutting out and not adding to the plate. So with the Six of Shells and the Ace of Shells, this tells me, first of all, that there's a lot of emotional energy and investment right now going on around you. So whether that has to be, whether that has to do with the environment that you're in, or maybe the decisions that you need to make are going to, tug on your emotions a bit, tug on your heart space a bit, be a little bit uncomfortable. But our Ace of Shells does talk about happiness. It does talk, about abundance. And our Six of Shells talks about joy and sentiment. So what I'm seeing in the Six of Shells is really the fact that you have people around you to support you, for you to lean on in a time of challenge. And of course, there's always that reciprocal energy that comes and goes and ebbs and flows through life. But I think there's just a reminder that you're not in it alone. You're not in this alone, and you have people around you to support you through. And then the Ace of Shells, I feel like the energy that I'm getting off of this is whatever direction you choose to take, whatever decision you make, whatever path you decide to embark down. Do it from a place of happiness, do it from a place of guilt-freeness. Like, there's no guilt, there's no shame in following your path and heading to your destiny. Keeping an abundant mindset and a positive outlook, following your hearts as well. There could potentially be like some sort of creative endeavor or something creative that you might be waffling back and forth whether or not you want to take that road. And I feel like the Ace of Shells popping up is saying, if that makes you happy, it will bring you abundance. And abundance can be it can manifest in so many different ways, not just money. It could manifest as health, good health. It could manifest as emotional fulfillment and happiness and joy in what you're doing. It can manifest in a positive partnership, whether that be romantic or other. It could manifest in a lot of different ways. So I want you to keep that in mind as well, that abundance doesn't necessarily have to be financial, but it can be. I would think that there would be a combination of these things. But just understand that to keep an abundance mindset, to head towards something that is going to make you happy and bring you joy, and just knowing that you have a support group to be there for you, whichever direction you choose to go and whatever you choose to prioritize in your life. So these are the messages, group 3. I think from group 3. These are the messages, group 3, that I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure to drop a comment. Let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already connected with me here. I would love to have you a part of the Kindred family. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook, so make sure to connect with me there and check out my Etsy shop where I curate content to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and your energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your yes or no reading. Hold your yes or no question in your heart space as I shuffle for you. Is it a yes? Or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? So the answer to your question is a yes. Undoubtedly. Okay? is there any uncertainty? So it is a yes. If there is no uncertainty, if there is uncertainty, ask the question why. Ask the question, is the uncertainty in your head or in your heart space? I feel like this card in general is basically pointing to the fact if you're here asking the question, there's probably some level of doubt or some level of confusion that you're going through right now. And this card is really just kind of asking you to dig a little bit deeper and really just ask yourself some questions. Like, why is there doubt? Why wouldn't you just do this? Like, why are you here asking whether or not you should or can't or could or whatever? Why is there uncertainty? Is this your mind saying that it is uncertainty? And if it is your mind, is it based off of fear? Is it based off of logic and reason and data? Or is it your heart saying no? And why? Like, is your heart, are you fearful? Or is there some emotional attachment or connection? Is it not going to be a fulfilling situation for you? Like, it's just going to be difficult for you emotionally to go through with it. Just kind of asking yourself a number of questions to get down to why you might or might not want to pursue whatever this is. Okay. So we have the Page of Crystals. We have the Six of Feathers. Okay. All right. Okay. And we have the Two of Shells. All right. So if you are asking about something to do with love, romantic love specifically, with the Two of Shells showing up to me, this really shows me that there is some sort of a union that is harmonious and a soulmate or a twin flame connection potential. It's really, there's just a lot of like growth and support, basically, is what I'm seeing. If you're talking about, if you asked a question related to romance. In the Six of Feathers, I'm also seeing, our Six of Feathers really talks about kind of moving away from a emotionally disappointing or disastrous situation, moving into something better, transitioning into another phase of life, another step. So it could be like a breakup or something else that has happened in the past. And you could now be heading into a different direction. If you're heading into a different direction, the Two of Shells really tells me that there's a really positive union or partnership coming your way. The Page of Crystals really talks about ideas and like, it's almost like embarking maybe even a new career path. So the loss, this transition could be from a career path that you have been in and you're transitioning potentially into a new career path. So if like the romancing isn't vibing with you, that could be what this is talking about as well. And this idea, with the pages are really about embarking on the journey. It's about exploration. It's about learning. It's about like the tactile and the tangible of these different things. So with the crystals, that's earth energy. So it's kind of like getting hands-on experience, education, studying, that sort of thing, where you're going out and exploring and figuring out the way things work. So whether that be, again, a different career path, or potentially it could be related or connected to your current career path, but just like you maybe getting advanced education or something like that. But it's really talking about ideas, exploration, and then putting in the effort and the discipline to like follow through on these things and really kind of get your hands dirty, and see what grows, if you will. So I'm really feeling Again, this transitional type of energy, moving from one stage, one place to the next. And from that, like, really positive idea, you know, embarking on a journey that is going to be more fulfilling for you. So whether that be on the romantic side of things, or whether that just be something that's going to be emotionally fulfilling to you, a harmonious, like, connection. It could be a harmony between, like, what you're doing with your life, your destiny, and, like, making a living for yourself. So it could be a harmony between things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a union, like a romantic partnership. So group number 4? We're going to go with that. These are the messages that I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment down below and let me know what resonated. Click a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. Would love to have you. Connect with me on TikTok and Facebook. Yes, I'm on TikTok. So if you're interested in more short form type of readings, like one card readings, things like that, connect with me there on TikTok. And also make sure to check out my Etsy shop. I curate content there to help you in your spiritual life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today. And I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 5. I believe we're on group number 5. Welcome to your yes or no reading. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle out the cards. Hold the yes or no question on your mind and in your heart space as I shuffle. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Affirmative or negative? All right, the answer to your question is a yes. By all means. You must be willing to tap into all your resources at your disposal. Is it worth it? Okay. So this really is just talking about before you go saying yes to something, like sometimes, you know, we devalue certain assets that we have. So sometimes that's time, sometimes it's resources, especially if we believe that we have a lot of some kind of a resource. For example, money. Like if we have a whole bunch of money, maybe spending money on different things doesn't feel like a big deal to us. And we just kind of frit away those resources. I feel like the message here, by all means, is really encouraging you to take an account of what you're really giving up for something and whether or not it's actually worth that. And again, devalue, like taking a moment and taking a step back, because like, we don't intentionally devalue our assets. We just kind of do it subconsciously without much really thought about it. And I feel like this card is encouraging you to think about it. Think about your resources, all of them, and the magnitude of their value, and then weigh it out whether or not you should actually do whatever this thing is. For example, you know, if a friend is asking you to help them move and it's going to take you a whole, like you're going to have to take off work or something and use PTO. Well, that PTO time could have been used, you know, for you to, I don't know, do some side hustle and make a whole bunch of money, or make some connections or whatever. Not to say that everything you do should be evaluated by money, but it's the whole idea is to make sure that you are accounting for that time, especially right now in your life. The message that I'm getting is that there are some things going on where you're going to need the time, you're going to need the energy, you're going to need the money, whatever the resource is, you're going to need it. And making sure that you're associating the correct value. And maybe it comes out to be, you know, yeah, it's worth it to help my friend move. It could even be like, hey, they helped me move 2 years ago, and you know, it just makes sense to help them. Or maybe they don't have anybody else on there, you know, to help them out, whatever the reasoning is. But it's just the idea of like consciously thinking about things before you just go and agree to them. So we have the 3 of Feathers, we have the Page of Acorns, and we have the Queen of Acorns. So fire, fire, fire. We have a lot of fire energy present here. So there, you could be dealing with some fire signs, or needing to invoke that fire energy. So our Queen of Acorns, again, our acorns, that's our fire energy. Feathers and fire, that's like active, divine masculine energy. So there's some action happening. Things are happening quickly too, whatever this is. Hours, days, something like that. But our Queen of Acorns is all about confidence. Confidence, our Page of Acorns is all about discovery, enthusiasm, passion. And then our Three of Feathers talks about releasing and recovering from something. So I feel like there, you know, passion, creativity, there might be, somebody might be asking you for your like leadership ability, your creative, something creative that you do, maybe even getting something off the ground. And like I said, before you agree, just make sure that your investment makes sense for you as well, and it's something that you want to do, and just really accounting for the time and resources that you're going to have to put into whatever this is, and you just making the decision from that conscious perspective. So, and be confident about your decision. Whatever decision that you make, be confident. Whatever this is, make sure you're passionate about it. Make sure that it is something that is in alignment with your destiny. So beautiful souls, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know it resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. And make sure to connect with me on TikTok if you're interested in short form readings, one card readings, things like that. As well as connecting with me on Facebook and checking out my Etsy shop. I curate content there to help you in your spiritual life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and your energy today. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.